us who love this sport live for nights like this. Wilson, quarterback sneak, touchdown. Alabama still number one. McElroy throws the screen left. Julio left side, touchdown.
He got Wilson, he fumbled the ball. LSU has got it at the 3-yard line.
Screen pass, Yeldon. Touchdown, Alabama.
Death Valley, the place where opponents' dreams come to die.
Les Miles knows a little bit about that. The head coach, now in his 10th season, has led the Tigers to a 46-3 record on Saturday night in Death Valley. We welcome you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. Tonight, the renewal of a very intense rivalry. The Alabama Crimson Tide 7-1 for the year. The LSU Tigers 7-2. Give you an up-to-date look at the SEC West standings. Mississippi State followed by Alabama, Auburn losing today. Ole Miss and LSU. Hi once again, everybody. Welcome to Death Valley on a Saturday night. I'm Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. We are excited to be here. I promise you that. You know, a lot has changed in the SEC West this year. But, Gary, one constant. That is the intensity of this rivalry between these two.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Vern. And all the memories for this LSU football team go back a year ago. Remember how this game ended. Zach Mettenberger crawling off the field. And then they looked across the field and their dreaded foes were jumping in each other's arms. Believe me, that's remembered in this football game as they start. But you know, Vern, what I really love about this game is it's old school football. It's the way we grew up loving football. Right down the middle. That's where this game's going to be decided by running backs. TJ Yeldon for Alabama. Leonard Fournette, the great freshman for LSU. But they got backups. Derrick Henry, another one. And then they just folded another one for LSU, Kenny Hilliard. And that means the middle linebacker. For Alabama, Reggie Ragland. He's going to have some huge hits. And Kendall Beckwith, the guy that changed this LSU defense. And the way it's supposed to be, right down the middle, the quarterbacks are next. Blake Sims, a little better at home than on the road. We'll see about that. And Anthony Jennings has made big plays in the fourth quarter. The way we grew up watching football, it's a great game.
You know, I'm listening very carefully. I always do. I've yet to hear you mention maybe the best player on the field, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, you're right about that. And talking to the LSU staff, they really believe that they cannot let Amari Cooper beat him. He's that good. Now, how do they mix up those coverages? To take him out of the game will affect everything. But he is the best player on this football field.
102,000 gathered in Death Valley. Here come the Tigers. That fourth loss at home was a Monday night game. Les Miles' first year. They played Tennessee here, had a big lead at half, but lost it. 7th night game this season. And let's go down to Allie, who is with Nick Saban.
Coach, you've won the last 3, but this continues to be one of the most anticipated games of the year. What makes this matchup so unique?
Well, I think the quality of the two programs. You know, we both had good teams for a long time, and games always has some importance and significance, and obviously this game tonight has a lot of significance.
You're playing in prime time in Death Valley against an LSU team that's playing its best football of the season right now. What would be the difference tonight?
Well, I think what we need to do is play our best football of the season. That's what we need to be focused on. That's the challenge that we have. So it's going to take a lot of discipline. We're going to have to overcome adversity. We're going to have to play a 60-minute game.
Good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Vern, you can't fool the fans. They like close games, big consequences, and great football players. We got all three.
You've heard from Nick Saban. There's another coach on the field tonight. Once again, Allie the Force, this time with Les Miles.
Coach,
LSU's kicking it off.
a win tonight puts you right back in the thick of the SEC West race. What makes you feel confident that your team will rise to the occasion?
We don't care, to be honest with you, what the other than this night holds for us. This will be a great game. We'll look forward to playing Alabama.
You're playing a multi-dimensional quarterback in Blake Sims and one of the best wide receivers in college football in Amari Cooper. What's your defensive game plan to stop them?
Like to keep him intact in the pocket, like to expect some of his disconnect runs, play coverage, and you have to defend with a variety of things. It's not just one. It's not one style of movement.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Allie, thank you. This is the 79th meeting between these two, and look at the second line. Alabama leads at Tiger Stadium over the years, 26-8-2. Ninth straight meeting when both teams are ranked. LSU won the toss. They've deferred the option to the second half, so they will kick off, and it will be Trent Domingue, the deep man, DeAndrew White, and Christian Jones for the Crimson Tide. A yard deep, Christian Jones to the 23. And starting for the first time ever here, Blake Sims waited his turn, Gary, behind A.J. McCarron.
And the multi-dimensional players, as Les said, detached runs. That means those scrambles out of the pocket. Remember, trouble for LSU this year. Dak Prescott and Nick Marshall gave this defense problems.
First down 10. Amari Cooper in the backfield right now to the right of Blake Sims. The pass underneath caught by DeAndrew White. Somebody lost contact with him. Kendall Beckwith catches up to him. But a nice start for Alabama.
Yeah, just going right across the formation, the changeup. And again, that's the genius of Lane Kiffin. He's going to give you a lot of different looks.
Jalen Collins is matched up against Amari Cooper. Here's Yeldon. Last time we were here in 2012, it was Yeldon who scored on the screen pass to give Alabama a come-from-behind 21-17 win. Second and 8. Quick screen, dropped. Cooper. And it's time now for the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. You've met the quarterback. The offensive line, Cam Robinson, the freshman, high ankle sprain 2 weeks ago, but he is back. So also is T.J. Yeldon, who had a foot injury in that same game. A win at Tennessee. 3rd and 8, Alabama at the 40. Four-man rush for LSU. Sims got him open. That's O.J. Howard.
Two important facts going into this first third down throw. Could that Alabama offensive line allow Blake Sims to step in it? And how would Blake Sims' nerves handle the beginning of this game? Both good.
You alluded to it. He's played well at home, a little less effectively on the road. LSU's defensive group. That's a freshman, Gotcho, one of the defensive tackles. Kendall Beckwith took over as the starting linebacker against Florida. The sophomore has been a force. Here's Sims. Daniil Hunter stayed home and made the tackle.
It's exactly what he did. You know, the coaching all week had been to make sure that number 6 does not hurt us. Look at him, read his keys, step in, and wrap him up.
3rd and 7. Ryan Kelly, number 70, missed a couple of games with an ankle injury. He's back.
Nice job in maneuvering his team by Blake Sims right there. Switched O.J. Howard across.
Cooper, bottom of the screen, guarded by Jalen Mills. Blitz, Sims, short, a little wide to the left, actually. Intended for O.J. Howard, and Alabama will punt.
Yeah, you got the feeling that even though Blake Sims got Howard lined up right, that Howard was still confused. He ran his route very tentatively and really never got out of his break. Good coverage by LSU, and they get a stop. It was Ronald Martin in the coverage.
Only a freshman, but number 15, J.K. Scott, one of the most effective punters in the country. And Tre'Davious White, number 16, is back to return. So that gaudy average for Scotty's from Denver, 46.6 yards per punt. White lets it go. Nope. Landon Collins was down there, but he couldn't quite reach the ball to keep it from going into the end zone. Nick Saban, 8th year at Alabama. Les Miles, 10th year at LSU. We welcome you back to Baton Rouge, Tigers Stadium, in its 90th year now. And at quarterback, Anthony Jennings.
We visited with him yesterday. He's much calmer. I think the benching helped him. I think it blew all the air out of the problems of the backup and whether they needed to change. And I think he's a new man. Now, he's not going to be asked to carry the football team with his arm, but I doubt if LSU will be able to beat Alabama if he's not a significant factor in the game.
He had a horrible outing against New Mexico State, did Jennings, and he was benched for the freshman Brandon Harris in the Auburn game. But Harris had an equally horrible outing, 3 of 14 like. And so Jennings is back in the starting role and has been there ever since. And this is Kenny Hilliard, number 27, one of the seniors honored tonight on senior night in Baton Rouge.
Well, this is the way the last game ended. Remember, 12 straight runs and then a 2-yard pass.
Now, Leonard Fournette is the starting running back.
He did not practice Thursday, but we were assured, I don't know if I believe it, but we were assured that he's fine. We'll see.
Yep. Hilliard is still the running back. That's Connor Neighbors, number 43, one of the seniors as well. And this could be something as simple as honoring the seniors. Ashawn Robinson makes the tackle for Alabama. You never want to interrupt the cows' burp. Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Lyle Collins, Vidal Alexander, Dylan Gordon. This is what Gary was referencing when he said old-fashioned football. You got a tight end, you got a fullback.
Yeah, I think watching practice that LSU might have as many fullbacks and tight ends as the rest of the SEC. I mean, they got them all over the place.
Kenny Hilliard remains at the tailback spot. Here's the option play. Jennings bumped as he lets it go. And Hilliard breaks a tackle and picks up a first down.
I'll tell you, Alabama defensed this play well, but misjudged the speed of Hilliard. He got outside and outran the Alabama defense and gets the first down.
And on cue, Leonard Fournette, the outstanding freshman running back, is on the field, number 7. Desperately recruited by both these schools. That's Leonard Fournette. Trey DePriest with the tackle. And a gain of 6, second down and 4.
It's like feeling each other out here,
yeah,
don't you think?
Yep.
Remember last year, LSU had a couple early turnovers in the football game. One where Zach Mettenberger signals a touchdown and then a bad snap. Actually gave them 10 points early, did they, Alabama? Here, very, very competent start by both teams.
Fournette comes left. Well, Well, Gary referenced this, but on the first possession last year's matchup, watch this. J.C. Copeland, number 44, stripped to the ball. Tanae Patrick, and the fumble recovered by Landon Collins. Of course, it was tied 17-17 late in that game, and then the Crimson Tide scored 3 unanswered touchdowns.
Just wonder if Les has instructed his offensive staff that should it be close, we might be in 4-down territory right here. That's a pretty significantly long. It's that gray area on the field.
Backs in the eye again. Neighbors will. Oh, he did. Connor Neighbors did a nice job.
Yes, he did.
Leading the way for a first down. Fournette.
Both Neighbors and that offensive line, they love to run to the left. Behind Vidal Alexander, Lyle Collins, and Elliott Porter. That's the area they like and trust that they can make yards.
Well, a very special night for Connor Neighbors. He's from Huntsville, Alabama. Leonard Fournette.
And big man, Melvin Jones is.
Here's Fournette. Down at the 10 by Landon Collins and Nick Perry.
You know, the early success of LSU running the football here, I think just means we're going to see more and more and more of it.
Well, you saw it. There's Nick Perry with the tackle, and then Collins came to help make the tackle.
The other significant fact about last year is, remember, Alabama ran it right down LSU's throat in the second half.
First down 10. Going for 16. Oh, busted play. Jennings, and then Reggie Ragland meets him up high.
I think Anthony Jennings was wrong on this one. Everybody else was running to the right. Jennings wanted to pitch it to the left. The only people that might see one worse than that today were Auburn fans, the way they finished that football game.
Fumble near the goal line. Denied them an opportunity to go in front. We're talking about Auburn.
And
then they held.
Snap.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Verizon Red Zone stats. 23 touchdowns in 34 trips. Ragland already has 6 tackles in the first quarter.
He better have 15 at least.
Fournette. Deshaun Robinson, trade to Priest. Tackle on that one. Third and 8.
LSU's receivers are very skilled but very young.
Yeah, no Odell Beckham.
Right, Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis
There's
Landry.
just a rollover. James Wright also
Yeah, that's
drafted.
right. On third down. Oh, one-handed grab by Dupree. Nope.
Was he out of bounds?
That is the ruling. Malachi Dupree, highly recruited.
Yeah, true freshman. He caught it with his left hand, it appeared to me. Holding off Jones, catches it.
Replay.
Did he control it? But he clearly caught that football with his right foot in. I think it'll be a touchdown.
After review, the receiver had possession of the ball with 1 foot down. Touchdown.
Malachi Dupree, highly recruited by both of these schools. He's from New Orleans. Opted to stay in state.
How about that execution from everyone, though? Okay, the quarterback placed it perfectly. Great defense and a wonderfully athletic play, catching it and keeping his foot in.
Kobe Delahousse will try the extra point. It is up and it is good.
Well-designed play. Right here is where the fade's going to go, but you hold the safety by the slot inside, so you know you got a one-on-one throw. Can't do it any better than that.
John Bible said, whoops, we're going to overturn that. That is a touchdown. LSU leads. There's the young man who caught the touchdown. There's the older man who thought, oh my gosh.
Well, and also though, Nick will tip his hat to a team to that. They will play bump and run. They'll challenge teams to be that good against them. And sometimes you say, listen, they made a great play.
I mean, Cyrus Jones really had terrific position on the play. Trent Domingue will kick off, number 14. Christian Jones and DeAndrew White are deep. Jones. That's the end of the first. LSU leading 7-0. We'll return to Baton Rouge right after this message and this word from your local station. And we welcome you back to Baton Rouge, Death Valley on a Saturday night. Filled to the rim, 102,000 plus. LSU leads at 7-0 as we begin the second quarter. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Allie the Force. Alabama trailing in this one. Auburn fumbled twice. Both times critical in the last 2.5 minutes. They lose to Texas A&M. Now, it is conceivable in the event of a 5-way tie for first, if all teams finish 6-2, LSU would win the 7th tiebreaker.
Well, what happened earlier helps Alabama.
Oh,
excuse me, LSU.
LSU, you
yes,
bet.
Just hugely.
Right side, 25 yards.
The other thing, and you asked me, you know, what's happened so far that makes LSU feel good? Alabama has not been able to establish a Cooper or Yeldon. They're two stars.
Yeldon alongside Blake Sims. Gets it, weaves his way. Stuffed. Quan Alexander. Number 4. We've mentioned the young man who opted to leave Louisiana and go to Alabama. Here's a fellow from Oxford, Alabama, who opted to get out of the state and come to LSU. He's a terrific young player. Quan Alexander. Now the Crimson Tide, 1 of 5 on third down conversions.
And LSU has the best third down defense in the SEC.
Yeldon. Oh, brother, he's close.
I'll tell you, John Chavis is going to be ready for TJ Yeldon to go play in the NFL. The last 2 years, he's just taken over the game. Look at that cut, and look at him very close, if not a first down. Remember, he had the screen pass 2 years ago. Last year, he had 100 yards in the second half rushing. He has been a difference maker.
First down 10. That's a design quarterback draw, and here's the dangerous Blake Sims.
And that's exactly a play that Florida ran with Jeff Driscoll. An inside zone for the quarterback. Saw it a little bit from Dak Prescott running between the tackles. You could see it follow the guard, follow the fullback. 2 great fits and a first down.
Beckwith back on the sidelines, having visited the LSU locker room. DJ Welter is still on the field.
He's an important player on this football team for LSU.
Derrick Henry.
It's almost coincided. Beckwith going out and Alabama running the football.
Now he's back on. Welter made the stop and then heads to the bench. Kendall Beckwith, sophomore out of Jackson, Louisiana, 2nd and 5. Play action Sims. Block from Henry. That was intended for DeAndrew White.
Vern, I call it 1.5 coverage on this one. Watch the safety go to Cooper to help on the play. Snap the ball, watch him run over and eye up Cooper on the play. So by alignment, it's not double coverage. But again, that's how Cooper is changing the football game. It should make it easier for Alabama to run the ball.
3rd and 5. Cooper, top of the screen. Blake Sims goes underneath, and it's dropped.
He
by
had him,
Yeldon.
didn't he?
Yes, he did. 4th down.
Oh, I would assume with the field goal kicking, as you watch the pass, he had Sims man-to-man on Alexander, that they'll go 4-down territory here.
Alexander broke it up.
That ball should have been caught. I just think they'll go for it. The way they kick field goals?
Yeah. Well, Griffith shakes his head, but he's having a really tough middle part of the season.
They got a Cooper in the backfield.
To the left of Blake Sims. Now he goes in motion. Roll out. Cooper, pretty good option. 1st down.
Just got to find ways to get your guys, your playmakers, the ball. That might be one of the MOs that Lane Kiffin has brought to this offense that has been the biggest change from the past. He likes to get it to his playmakers. Yeldon, Cooper.
First down 10 at the 23. Sims. Deep one-on-one coverage in the end zone. Tipped away. It was intended for DeAndrew White and Jalen Mills, number 28. Knocked it loose.
So impressed. All these corners in this game. These are elite football players. They play a lot of man-to-man coverage. They don't panic when the ball's in the air. And they get their hands on the football. I mean, if you're going to make one of those plays, it has to be almost a perfect throw.
2nd and 10. Yeldon, the running back. White in the slot. Christian Jones is now outside.
Only one guy on Cooper on this one. Man to man, no help.
Jalen Collins again.
There it is.
Cooper. To the 5. Stiff arm. Touchdown, Amari Cooper.
Pretty easy, isn't it? If you notice man-to-man coverage, in basketball, if the best guy's covered by one guy, you let him shoot. In football, you get a man-to-man look, no help. Remember we showed you the 1.5 coverage? This time, it was just man-to-man, no help for Jalen Collins. And Cooper showed you why he's the best football player, I believe, in college football this year.
Well, that's his 180th, I beg your pardon, career catch. The extra point from Griffith is good. Amari Cooper is now 2nd all-time in number of receptions for Alabama. Amari Cooper. We are tied at 7.
I think Amari Cooper is just edging up on those guys.
That's high praise. Well, he just broke a tie that he held with another pretty good one, Julio Jones. This is Leonard Fournette. Dylan Lee made the tackle.
Well, 2 timeouts. They need about 36 yards, 35 yards for a 50-yarder.
Jennings gets around the corner. That's out of bounds to stop the clock. Don't forget, we're coming up with the Geico halftime report back in our New York studio with Adam and the guys. This, one of the more significant weekends in college football. So many games of consequence today featuring ranked teams. This is one of them.
And the upset by A&M has huge implications.
Never dreamed. I never saw that coming. We watched most of the second half here. Here's Jennings. That one's tipped and incomplete with 1:10 to go.
I think he was just thrown that way, throw it away. I mean, the first down scramble, put it in position to, you need what, 50-yard field goal. So it means you got to, there you see, target line, 33-yard line, 32-yard line. It was there. Trust me, it's kind of coming in and out.
Delahousie.
He had that 50-yarder, remember, against Florida to win that football game at the end?
That was in overtime. Yes, in Gainesville. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Eddie Jackson. Oh, baby. Eddie Jackson. First interception of the year.
Yeah, I think it was Kevin Spears. Falls down right there on the slant. It's either Spears or Durrell.
Traven Durrell.
Durrell, number 83. Falls down. The ball's already on the way. And that's one of those, you're trying to play it safe, call a slant pass, and your intended receiver slips and falls.
Jackson's first interception of the year gives the Crimson Tide a marvelous opportunity. They've got one timeout left, 63 seconds to go before the half.
I'll tell you, watch out for that screen pass. Alabama loves it in these situations.
Yeldon gets a block, heads right.
Those cuts.
He's so patient.
Yes, and his feet never get out from under him either, so he can always cut both directions as he's running. I still recall that conversation with John Chavis, I think it was 3 years ago, when they had Eddie Lacy, and he goes, the guy that really is good is that freshman Yeldon. He was right.
2nd and 3, 35 seconds to go. Cooper, bottom of the screen. Tre'Davious White defending. Sims. Ooh, he did. DeAndrew White.
Had him open. Great protection that time. They kept both, I believe, the tight end and the running back in. I know they kept Yeldon, and I'm not sure they kept the tight end in as well. Let's see. Yes, a 7-man protection, wide open, and White does not get inside.
Recall that Adam Griffith has already missed one tonight. That at the end of a 17-play drive. Crossing pattern underneath, and there's the man, Amari Cooper, but that didn't do much. Now it's going to be 4th down, and let's see what Nick Saban has in mind.
He has to have a field goal in mind. He does.
Okay. Adam Griffith, as we said, 7 of 7 to start the year. One of his last 5, and he missed that one, hit the left upright. So they will bring him on. This will be a 39-yard field goal. Cooper Bateman, number 18, a third-string quarterback, is the holder. From 39 out to break the tie. And he does.
Well, after the turnover, the LSU defense kept it in front of them, held them to 3 points.
Alabama leads by 3 on that interception by Eddie Jackson to set up the Adam Griffith 39-yard field goal. The difference in the game thus far. And so we return to the Tiger Stadium in Death Valley, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 10-7. Alabama leads as we get set to start the second half. Here's Allie with Les Miles.
Coach, you held one of the most explosive offenses in the SEC to just 10 first-half points, but they did start to pick up momentum there toward the end. Any changes you would make defensively?
No, defensively, they didn't get off the field on 3rd down, but the opponent made some really fine plays. I think we're doing the things we need to do, just execute a little bit better on 3rd down defensively. Offensively, we don't turn the ball over, and we execute. We need to execute on 3rd downs. It's really a 3rd down game right now.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Allie, thank you. 102,321, plus a couple of youngsters who probably snuck in without tickets. And this is, as Gary promised at the start of the night, an old-fashioned bike ride. Adam Griffith will kick off. And this will go right.
I think they got to find Anthony Jennings some help for LSU. They need to run the ball better. He's 2 for 10 in the first half. His last completed pass was the touchdown. Didn't complete one in the second quarter.
Right.
LSU has to run the ball better. They really do. That's how they got here. That's how they turned it around this season, running the ball. That's where they got to go back. But that's right into the, the teeth of this, this Alabama defense.
Well, the Alabama defense over the course of the year, giving up only 78 yards per game on the ground. That's number 2 among all FBS schools. Second down and 7.
I thought they had it going pretty good to Fournette a little bit running to the left. The last time, remember, they didn't block the end man on the line of scrimmage? Well, nothing works that way. I think they got to recommit, run that ball downhill, and from there, make some easy attempts for Anthony Jennings off the play action.
Second down, 7.
There's the one.
Yes,
right there.
indeed. Connor Neighbors.
That's what they need to do.
That is his first catch of the season. Has yet to run the ball.
Yeah, this is a little come from behind. It's like a little sneak inside. When you're able to show that you want to run the ball, then you'll give you those little dump passes. They need to get Anthony Jennings more comfortable. Remember, we all look at our stats. You look at the stats and you're 2 for 10. You need to give him a couple comfortable throws.
And a first down on first and 10. Here's Fournette. Good gang tackling by Alabama, then led by Trey DePriest. How about trends in the first half?
Well, we called it a defensive football game, but you can see the Alabama offense, we said they kind of struggled early, but as Nick told Allie, they found it in the second half. Anthony Jennings, we talked about that. After the touchdown pass, it was nothing, nada. Okay, and Amari Cooper started slow as well, but once they got him going, the Alabama offense seemed to open up.
In the eye again with Fournette, the deep back. Play action, Jennings chased.
Beautiful.
Caught. Traven Durrell across the 50.
Really didn't understand as many drop back passes as LSU was running early. This going back to the play action seems like Anthony's more comfortable, doesn't have to read all of the coverages, and as Cyrus Jones slips, it makes it an easy throw to the outside.
So 2 for 2 to open the third quarter for Jennings.
And it also gives Jennings a little life. It's going to be a long game. As I said, it's hard to win the game without your quarterback. So now he's feeling better about himself.
Fournette up the middle.
Look at that.
It's what you talked about to begin the broadcast.
Absolutely. You're going to run the ball between the tackles, and you have to run it downhill. He runs right over Nick Perry, cuts back through Landon Collins and over Nick Perry. How about that blocking up front, though? Well, Collins, number 70, just crushed that side of the Alabama line down.
And a first down for LSU. Melvin Jones, the fullback. Blitz. Jennings. First down.
It's almost as if Alabama got 2 players in free, and they both missed Jennings.
Watch Landon Collins, number 26.
And 30 and 33, yes. Look at that great block from the backside by McGee that time, number 18. He's the guy that cleaned it up that time. Otherwise, I think Collins might have had the sack.
So LSU moving effectively on the opening drive of the third quarter. They trail by 3.
2 running plays by Jennings, too, has helped.
Jennings has to get rid of it quickly, and he has to, oh boy.
Miscommunication there, that was bad.
Terrence McGee, along with Connor Neighbors in the backfield. Well, let's bring you up to date on the college football playoff standings. This is the committee's vote as of last Tuesday announced.
Number 3 and number 10 is not going to be there anymore, are they?
No. No, sir. Third down. Of course, that 12-person committee, Archie Manning with continuing knee problems, asked for and was given time off from the committee this year.
Remember last time on the touchdown, right about this yard, they threw the fade for the touchdown.
Jennings looks back toward the bench. Here comes the blitz. Collins gets a great block from McGee. Did Dupre get it, or was he out of bounds?
Fade, exact play. It's the exact play they ran before. Ball was put right in the pocket. This time, at least the call is initially that he was, ooh, that's close. That's close. Remember, the first touchdown was called out of bounds too. Well, I'm surprised Mr. Bible isn't stopping this. Oh, his foot's out.
There it is.
The last one. The last look right there.
For the tie, Kobe Delahousse from 42 yards out. It's good, and we are notched at 10. Jennings and Dupree talking about it. That last was the definitive look. Tied to 10.
Love the Thursday night. Just a short turnaround's tough.
Here's the kick. Christian Jones. Little brush block to give him additional yardage. Down and out of bounds. Yeldon, the running back. Blake Sims gets a block from Yeldon. Dances back, being chased. Has to throw it away. Second down and 10. Four seconds on the play clock. 3, 2. Just does get it snapped, but to no avail. Davon Gottscho, number 57, true freshman.
Well, we're to the fourth quarter. We've seen a lot of things happen in the fourth quarter.
That is the end of 3 with the score. LSU 10, Alabama 10. We'll return right after this word from your local station. You are looking at folks who are having a terrific experience. We began the fourth tied at 10. These two old rivals. But this rivalry intensified when Nick Saban came back to Alabama. Les Miles was at LSU, and now we're looking at Alabama facing a 3rd and 12. Three-man rush, they drop 8. Sims, Christian Jones, popped, and down at the 27-yard line. Well, how about the disparity in plays in the third quarter? LSU ran 24 plays, Alabama 5.
Well, yes, and if I think it was all Anthony Jennings. Remember those scrambles that he did on the pass plays? It was corrected a bit by going zone, just like John Chavis did right there. On that one, we knew this was coming to the fourth quarter.
We did.
And I really still believe that it's going to be who can run the ball the best in the fourth quarter. That's been the MO. Now, anything could change, but let's see if a team can get the running game going, because neither team has quarterbacks the coaches want to rely on.
Good punt. White has to let it bounce.
And you got to catch that ball.
Yes.
That's a poor play. Ball should have been caught on the 20. Ends up on the 7 or 8 yard line. So that's like a loss of 13 yards.
The result of the 66-yard punt. Tre'Davious White shakes his head at himself.
Yeah, that ball was in the air a long time not to catch it.
Good punt.
15 seconds ago, Alabama was down here, remember? Now look at that. One change and punt, and all of a sudden the field position gets turned around.
Fournette rested quite a bit in the third quarter. Look at that.
Running left, great power. Really hate this new rule that they allow the offensive players to push. I think it's dangerous. I liked it the old way better.
Fournette for the night, 63 yards. Neighbors and Fournette in the eye. Boom. And let's go back to Adam Zucker in our New York studios.
Well, Vern, we have a Leon Lett moment. Utah's Kalen Clay en route to a 79-yard touchdown, but he dropped the ball shy of the goal line. Oregon's Eric Dargan picks it up, but he fumbles. Oregon's Bill Walker picks it up, and he has an escort for a 99-yard touchdown. Instead of being down 14-0, the Ducks tie it up at 7, and they are out of breath. So am I. Back to you.
That's worth an oofta, Adam.
Wow.
Definitely. First down 10. I love the Leon Lett moment. Fournette. Trey to Priest.
Remember, I called for Melvin Jones to come in this football game. Watch 49 on the collision inside. Ragland and Jones. Real men football out there. As I like to say, not for the faint of heart. I mean, one guy goes 245 pounds. Fournette goes 230 pounds. Fullback, tailback.
Second and 6. 10-10. Fournette. Well, it's a most significant weekend in college football time. This list is getting short.
It is. We don't need no stinking committee, as like I to say, because for Mississippi State or Alabama, who face each other next week, should Alabama win tonight, they both control their own destiny winning out. Florida State, obviously. Arizona State beats Notre Dame. And Oregon. There's only 5 teams that don't need, in my mind, the committee's help.
3rd and 5. LSU 7 of 15 on third down conversions. Jennings got it. Traven Durrell. First down, LSU.
Well, they've been throwing those fades against bump and run technique, and now they put the stop on against it. Great changeup called by Cam Cameron and Durrell. Remember, Traven is the one who had that touchdown catch at the end of the half a year ago to pull it close. He's their go-to guy. Third down, he's almost the same for LSU as Amari Cooper. He's not to his level yet, but Traven's only a sophomore.
Now they've got the ball with just over 5 to go, and Fournette is back on the field.
It's going to be hard to take Fournette out of the game if you're running. He just seems to be able to fall forward and make more yardage when he runs it than the other guys right now. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. And remember, LSU's field goal kicker made a 50-yarder to beat Florida.
Here's Fournette. Landon Collins.
Sure was.
Boy, oh boy.
He hit it from about 10 yards deep, did Landon Collins.
Landon Collins from the New Orleans area, as is Fournette.
He's a much more comfortable football player in this type of game than he is matching up in man-to-man. He likes to come downhill and make physical football plays.
3rd and 4 at the 4-minute mark.
Are they going to run Anthony Jennings? That's been their best play.
Dropped.
That's a big drop.
Trey Quinn, yes.
Yep, that ball should have been caught. Trey Quinn is in the game for one primary reason, to make this play. He's a slot receiver, number 8. They're setting him up for a first down. You got to catch that ball. You just have to make that play. He's in the game as a possession receiver. They set him up. Perfect throw. Coaching staff, everybody did their job. And poor Trey did.
And so 4th down with 3:45 to go. Keene with the punt. Out of bounds at the 25. Mark it instead, 24. 10-10. Alabama and LSU.
Well, I got to see, if I'm Lane Kiffin, I'm going to earn my money. It's a lot of money. I got to figure out a way to get number 9 in the football. 2 receptions for 11 yards in the second half.
Derrick Henry, couple of yards.
And LSU is begging Alabama to throw the ball. They've got 8 or 9 men in the box now. They just don't believe Blake Sims can beat them.
In this half, Alabama 35 yards, 1 first down. 2nd down and 8, 3:15 to go. Cooper near side. Jalen Collins in press coverage. Blitz from the corner. This time it's Cooper who can't hang on.
Good throw. Should have had it. 3rd down. Les said it. It's a 3rd down game for the game. Alabama's 5 for 16. They're 0 for 3 in the second half.
A little noisy here. This time Cooper split wide left, and Tre'Davious White will defend it. Goes deep. Jump ball. Incomplete. 4th down.
I tell you, LSU's not making a mistake. They're not having a busted assignment. They're sticking with their men. Even when the quarterback, Blake Sims, scrambles out, Jalen Collins, who's had a wonderful football game, sticks with his man and makes the defensive play.
J.K. Scott on to punt. That is the 7th 3 and out tonight. And this one's short. Very ineffective punt, but it does come to a stop with no return. 39-yard punt. Scott's had an inconsistent night. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. We're in the 4th quarter in Death Valley.
Let's see what happens.
McGee is the running back. Jennings pressured. Is that caught or trapped? I think it was trapped.
And I tell you, he got hit. Jennings did when he let that ball go. I think it was DJ Petway that hit him just as he let that ball go. That's the reason it was short and didn't get there. I think it was 57.
Yes.
Petway.
Mm-hmm.
Great athletes on defense make games look like this.
You know, I read all the criticism of that 9-6 game. I thought it was a heck of a
It was a great game.
Yes. Overtime, 9-6, LSU won it. McGee, the running back. 2nd down, 10. LSU now with 2 timeouts remaining. Harris pulls it out. Down the sidelines.
You could see this play call, because I think once LSU took a timeout, Jennings could have came in, but the decision was to leave in Harris because he's a superior, faster runner. So they wanted to go one play, see if they could get around the edge, and then come back with Jennings. Very interesting.
Now 3rd down and 3. 2:19, clock running. 3 wide left. That's McGee goes wide out. Incomplete. Oh. Again, it's dropped by Trey Quinn.
Yeah, this one wasn't a very good throw, though, Vern. This was a tough catch, I think. So it was out to his outside and kind of fading away from him. Well, you know, Vern, the more I watch it, the more I agree with you. I mean, yeah, he should have had that ball.
Instead, it'll be a punt. Jamie Queen. Christian Jones. Gets away from it. Watch this. Jones at the 1.
Every year, there's always been a special teams play, whether it's a fake or return or a great punt or missed field goals, that determines it. Boy, his momentum, they stopped it right there. His momentum was going. I'm surprised he got that call. I really am. I'm shocked, to tell you the truth.
Under 2 to go. They feed Yeldon.
You know, Vern, we showed you at halftime how Alabama had struggled to throw the ball more than 10 yards. Well, that's still the story. I mean, look at that. Not one deep ball. Nothing beyond 10 yards. Most of them 5 yards or less.
For just a moment, my mind went back to last year's Iron Bowl. A.J. McCarron to Amari Cooper for 99 yards in the 4th quarter. Yeldon. Ball. Ball out. LSU's got it. Beckwith recovered it. That is the 11th lost fumble this year by Alabama. It has plagued them.
Remember, he came in with a tweaked ankle knee, and that's exactly what was his knee down. But that ankle, he felt the same twinge that he had before and just gave up the ball. You could see the pain basically caused the fumble. And remember, Alabama is 11th in the SEC in turnovers. They're -2 coming into this game.
Nothing on that play. Terrence McGee still battling. Flag.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 74. LSU 15-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Vidal Alexander, number 74, left guard.
Okay, there he is in the middle of it. Remember, they're pulling on the guy, and he tries to pull and push, and he gets the call, and it's against A'Shawn Robinson.
Right.
Robinson had his hand in there, and Alexander reacts to it. Like, what are you doing? See how he was pulling, and A'Shawn Robinson kind of sells it. Come on. I got to be honest, I really don't like that call.
2nd and goal. Looks like they're positioning for the field goal. Oh, my Goodness.
Oh, wait a second. That was not forward progress. It should have been. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Fournette. Timeout called. Alabama.
Vern, Les is a gambler. Would he dare gamble? I think they got to run it and force the last timeout. Here goes center it.
Yeah. So Delahousie, Reed Ferguson grabs his helmet.
And just remember, this was basically an extra point until the penalty.
Reed Ferguson will snap it. Brad Craigthorpe, a backup quarterback, will hold it. This is for 39 yards and the lead.
Craigthorpe calls him the best snapper in college football. He's never had a bad one.
That one's good, and this one is as well. LSU grabs the lead. Perfect. Les Miles. Colby Delahousie. Nick Saban. And the Tigers have the lead by 3. 13-10 in Death Valley. Trent Domingue will kick off. Les Miles trying to go 47-3 as the head coach here on Saturday night.
And as much as Alabama has struggled with offense, perhaps the kickoff return would be the best shot. Does LSU do something different to avoid the big kickoff return?
3 times, twice in his career, Christian Jones has returned kickoffs for touchdowns.
Yeah, they squib it. And out of bounds.
Oh!
Just those stats that you quoted, Les had in his head. And the guy just made a mistake. They wanted it low, but it's a 50-yard wide field. You can't kick it out of bounds. Right now, Les needs more to eat than grass. There's Cooper right there.
Yep.
Only 2 catches in the second half.
Blitz, Sims, got it. O.J. Howard gets out of bounds. That one took 5 seconds off the clock. An out-of-bounds kickoff. Cooper, bottom of the screen. Jalen Collins backs off. Derrick Henry is the running back. Sims looks deep, fires deep left side. He's got DeAndre White open, and Tre'Davious White got back.
He had him about a foot. White realizes his left hand, I don't know if he turned him or not. Not enough for the official to call. It could have been called, but they didn't call it.
3rd and 4. From the corner, Sims forced outside. He'll run it.
Made a first down. What
I think so.
athletic play that was.
Yep.
I believe they were going to the inside screen that time. Defended well by LSU, but Blake Sims makes a play that maybe only he can make. As athletic memory was once a running back for Alabama.
Adam Griffith hopes he gets a chance. First down 10, 30 seconds to go.
Only need 21 more yards to get a 50-yarder.
Sims, O.J. Howard again.
Very nicely done by Alabama. Not panicking. They've only killed half of the 50 seconds so far and have got it into a manageable position.
2nd and 4, 25 seconds to go. Adam Griffith's career long is 47 yards. Young man born in Poland, adopted. Now lives with his parents in Calhoun, Georgia.
One-on-one coverage on the bottom to your best player.
Sims looks that way. Oh, Cooper dropped it.
Oh my, second one of the second half. And that would have been a first down. You could see it, man-to-man coverage. They were coming to him. Oh, coughed it right up.
Third and 4. Sims dances right, fires it. Jones thinks he's got it. And they gave it to him, completed catch.
They'll be able to ground it. And stop the clock.
That was a gain of 16.
How about this drive for Blake Sims? The great scramble, the patience with the throws, and finally getting out of the pocket. He delivers the ball, gets his hands underneath it, and does he control it? It doesn't matter, because the next play was snapped and it was over.
12 seconds to go.
We showed you Blake Sims' passing chart. He had not had one completion over 10 yards, but he came through on this last drive.
4-man rush. Sims. Caught. Yes. DeAndrew White. How about this drive?
They've got 7 seconds. Do you throw one in the end zone or do you go field goal right now? Alabama's going to go field goal right now.
Adam Griffith on the opening drive or earlier in the game hit the upright. He's hit 2 of his last 7. He's 1 for 2 tonight. This is for the tie. 27 yards out. We are notched at 13.
What a drive. All the pressure. I think back when A.J. McCarron led that last drive down there. This time, Blake Sims, without the experience of McCarron, just stayed with it, patiently moved the ball down there and got the one big play to the outside. First, the pass over the middle, and then the one to the outside, and an easy kick. What a football game.
We are headed to overtime. 4th overtime game since 25. LSU's won 2 of the previous 3. We welcome you back to Death Valley in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This overtime.
I love to watch guys make clutch plays. And Blake Sims made a couple of. Remember the scramble to the left for the first down, and then the last 2 pass completions.
Derrick Henry is the running back.
Well, look at this odd formation. Players all over the field.
Cooper's in the slot. They go to the tight end. It's down to the 1. Brandon Green.
I said it was an odd formation because this is an offensive tackle. They make eligible a player that looks like an offensive tackle. LSU is confused This guy's not even eligible right here, but he fakes a pass, and they free up the real tight end who was lined up as a tackle. A gimmick play, they did it fast.
After the play, personal foul, number 72, offense. 15-yard penalty will be 1st and 10.
Yeah, Leon Brown is the guy that came in late and tried to clean up the pile. He's right here. And he cleans up inside, I believe, on Quan Alexander.
And so it's 1st down 10. Remember, Yeldon was injured when he fumbled, so Henry, the workhorse now. Ball down, Justin Fowler with the block to get him around the corner.
Sure was, Vern. Fowler, number 45 that time, gets the block on the edge. Remember when O.J. Howard did not handle the edge? Fowler did.
Second down 2. Henry, short. Kendall Beckwith, middle linebacker.
Remember when Alabama had the 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1 against Ole Miss, and they ran the naked keep by Blake Sims for the touchdown? Wonder if they might try that play.
Amari Cooper is in the backfield. They give it to Fowler. Dives up and over the top, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
Once he gets to the 5, you know he made the 1st down. Nice call. Still wonder, as stout as LSU is inside, would Lane Kiffin want to gimmick a play with the quarterback run to the outside?
Derrick Henry, the tailback, Cooper, and DeAndrew White, along with Christian Jones, all 3 to the right side. Up the middle, Derrick Henry. Down at the 1, Quan Alexander makes the tackle.
Well, Derrick Henry is the size of Fournette. Remember him in the bowl game last year? That's a man as well. He's got to be in that 245 range himself.
Second and goal. So Derrick Henry is the running back. Cooper wide to the left. Sims this side. DeAndrew White, touchdown.
Well, they ran what we used to call a pick, but now they call it a bump or a rub. Watch Christian Jones come down, and then DeAndrew White goes to the outside to throw the fade. Create traffic, do it by looking at the quarterback, force the defender to go to the outside. Perfectly executed by Alabama.
And for the extra point, Adam Griffith. So LSU will get the ball back, and they must get a touchdown and the extra point. That looked like a pretty good pick play.
It was, but they didn't touch him. He did it exactly the way you're supposed to do it.
Good point.
Create traffic, but don't block him.
Alabama by 7. Fournette is the running back. Melvin Jones is the fullback. Play action. Jennings out of the backfield. He dropped it. Melvin Jones.
You know, in this case, dropped as being kind. He batted it down, basically. Watch him. Goes up for the ball, turns his head. I mean, he didn't just lift his eyes. He turned his whole head to turn upfield And as he turns his head, you can see his eyes. They're almost a couple yards out in front of him where his vision was, and he bats it.
2nd and 10. Jennings, left side, one-on-one. Receiver ran out of bounds. That's Malachi Dupree.
Yeah, that was somewhat of an odd call. You know, I mean, remember, it's still 3 more downs to score. And I believe that Cam Cameron thought he could pick on Cyrus Jones, number 5. He just felt that that was the guy to go after, and he's been going after him all game. Hasn't worked, has it?
Not at all. 3rd down, 10.
Even the 1 touchdown was a great throw and good coverage.
Four-man Alabama rush. Tipped away. Nick Perry. Intended for Trayvon Durrell. 4th down.
Look what happened. The 1st down drop defined the whole series of calls. And as Perry goes over and gets the ball, good defense.
4th and 10, LSU. Here's Jennings. Pulls up, lobs it into the end zone. It is tipped and incomplete. And Alabama in overtime, with a wonderfully conceived drive for the tying field goal to set up the OT, prevails.
I thought Jennings could have ran for the 1st down. There was a lot of bumping, a lot of hand checking, and the officials kept the flags in their pockets. I really thought Jennings could have made the 1st down on this. When he gets outside, there is no one in front of him. He sees the throw, and no.
Oh, you're right.
Look at all that hand checking. But I tell you, it's from both guys. Dupree was shoving as well. And when they're both shoving it in play, the official's not going to bail you out.
We go down to the field. Allie is with Nick Saban.
Coach, in football in a short season, a win is a win. This team overcame a lot of mistakes in this game, but when it came down to it, your leader, Blake Sims, made the big plays when he needed to. What were you most impressed with?
Well, you know what? I told the players when we fumbled the ball, I told the defense, now this is where you show you know how to win. We got to stop them and get a field goal. We'll call timeouts. We'll get the ball back. Told the offense that in a 2-minute drive. They did a great job. Blake did a great job managing the clock as well as making some really good throws, even though we had a drop. Got the field goal and made a great throw in overtime. So this is a great win for our team. It's a great win for our fans. You know, LSU deserves a tremendous amount of credit. They played a tremendous game and really controlled the football in the 2nd half totally and completely. So, but we made the plays when we have to, and it shows that our guys know how to win.
Coach, what have you heard about TJ Yeldon and the severity of his injury?
He just twisted ankle. I don't know how bad or anything.
Congratulations on your 4th straight win against LSU.
Thank you very much. It's a tough place to play and a lot of character on our players' part to be able to overcome what they overcame to win this game, and I'm really proud of it.
Congratulations, Coach.
ESPN 2 real quick, Coach.
Allie, thank you. Alabama wins it 4 in a row over LSU. Next up for Alabama, that team from Starkville, Mississippi State. It was a heck of a night. Alabama wins it for Gary Danielson and Allie DeForce. I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Baton Rouge, where the final was 20-13 Crimson Tide.